What it do, people? What it do? All right, we're gonna dive straight up in this joint. Today's busy. Today is stupid busy. But yes, as you know, Apple did drop the new computers today, so everybody got to be ready. Um, I'm gonna do the quick run through. I haven't even had a chance to go through the whole announcement or whatever, but I'm gonna just go do the run through fast as I can, just based off of pure common sense, and then we'll dive in further as we have more chance to go in. But um, one of the first things that people are going to ask, and this question drives me batty. Ever since we got M1 Mac Minis back in October of 2020, the 8 gig M1 Mac Mini has been glorious for everybody using Ecamm. Especially since the majority of people still stream in 1080 and still stream with no more than one or two guests. The 16 gig would allow you to go up to like 4 guests. I've had as many as 5, like with the regular setup plus the Skype on 16. Actually, nope, that was on the 8. When I first did the 8, the first week that the minis came out, I did a stream where we basically had 4 of us plus the Skype and then myself, so 6 of us total on the stream. I had Alex coming in, Alex from Georgia, Alex coming in from Skype, and it was flawless. So that was on the 8 gig. So yeah, your 8 gig would do good. Where you run into troubles with the 8 gig is when you're doing your pre-production, your post-production, editing videos, things of that nature. That's when you're going to wish you had a little bit more juice, right? So the 16 gig gives you that more juice so you can run multiple things, or if part of your thing is screen sharing or trying to do like green screen stuff on the fly, whatever's, you want a little bit more juice. So stepping up to the M2, it's just going to make it more crazy. My M2 MacBook Air, we were able to do a stream with 6 people on it, and it didn't even bop. And that was the day that I got it, right? And this thing has been fantastic. It has been hands down my favorite computer ever. And that's weird to say that because I've kind of, other than the original 2011 MacBook Air, I always thought MacBook Airs were underpowered. When I had the 2011 MacBook Air, I got it exactly what I got it for, traveling, and it was amazing. This one is not just relegated to being a travel computer. It's powerful enough. I ran a whole conference off of it. You guys, we used it for myriad things. It's amazing, right? Do I recommend it for using Ecamm? No. Why? Because it still doesn't have the fan, and when the thermals kicks in, it slows it down. So Ecamm will always say, don't use an Air. So they dropped the new joints today, okay? And yeah, Rich is funny because yesterday I was explaining to people that I thought that just minis were coming out today because John Prosser, who made the prediction, he'd been missing for a minute. He just pops up out of nowhere, and then he said what he said. I don't really listen to the rumor mill, and nor do I trust him. I thought we were only getting minis today, and we might have got a bump on the smaller computers, meaning just the 13 and 14, but I thought for sure that the 16 would get pushed further into April. Am I gloriously surprised that it came out today? Yes. Unlike all the other tech experts, I am happy to say I was wrong because it doesn't affect me. Like, I don't care. No one's going to stop subscribing because I said it might take till April. And most people will be stoked that it came out today. So who cares? Unlike the rest of the idiots in this space, I will say I was wrong. Don't care. Doesn't do anything. So I owe you some barbecue, Rich. Let's go. I'm more than happy to sit there and eat Terry Blacks with you. Anyway, so yes. No need. I wouldn't call it nonsense, but yeah, if you're a set where you're set, you don't need to upgrade. However, I do have to throw this caveat in there. Here's what people do. This is tough conversation, so I'm gonna have it. Your system works as it sits today, and it's fully functional, and everything is everything. And because you're scared to break it, listen to this again. Because you're scared to break it, one last time, because 3 times makes it real. Because you're scared to break it, you will sit on complacency. Anyone who has a 16 gig M1 Mac Mini, I will highly suggest you put that sucker on OfferUp, Mercari, whatever, and sell it and replace it. Why? Why would I say something that crazy? Because if you sit on it until it becomes 3 years old or 4 years old, then it'll start to show the effects. And if you wait until we get to M4 to decide to replace it, and we don't know what that number is going to be, it could be they change the name again. Who cares? If you wait 2 more iterations until you decide to change it, it'll be worth nothing, and you'll be far behind the 8 ball. If you're doing this as a hobby, don't touch anything. If you're doing this as a business, do not sit on your computer more than 2 years. I've said it over and over again, and people that listen to me go, thank God I listen to you. The people that don't, because you're crazy, I don't want to spend this kind of money, blah, blah, blah. First of all, this business is not your money. It's the business's money, right? If you're doing things correctly. If you are mixing your personal funds with your business funds, you need to talk to an accountant. I would assume that's called effing up. If you have a way to put this on your clients, yes, do that. If you have a way to say, hey, I want to go buy this new upgraded Mini, and if I bless it the way that I want to bless it, it's going to be $2,200, then go get yourself a project to replace what you got and still sell the other one. And then you're actually in the positive, right? So I just highly don't suggest you sit on the computer for more than 2 years because it happens too rapidly, and you really start to notice it at the minute. Okay, so 2 years is 24 months. At about 30 months, you start to notice, damn, I'm feeling it now. So I never sit on a computer more than 2 years because Macs have dope resale value. You can sell that sucker. So you could sell a 16 gig Mac Mini with the 1 terabyte drive, easy $700. Easy. Like, simple. I'm just saying. Boom. My Mac Mini is my favorite Mac of all time so far. There you go. Boom. Why are you ignoring the hat? Yo, Buck Nasty. What'd it do? Oh, there you go. Not doing Ecamm tech support. Yes. If you have 5 guesses at 16, yeah, it's still okay, but I wouldn't sit on it. If I have I do have a 16 gig Mac Mini, and I'm not going to sit on it, right? I will get rid of it. But I've actually already got rid of it, so to speak. I have the Mac Studio. The Mac Studio replaced my 16 gig Mac Mini. So yeah, I personally wouldn't sit on it longer, especially if you can swing it. I would sell it now because it's only, as we just got brand new Mac Minis, the price of what you have is just dipped, right? The price of what you have just dipped. So I wouldn't want to sit on it any longer than that. Yeah, it's called tech hygiene. If you're generation behind, skip 1 gen, but no more. Exactly. 100% kills. I think Alec has a hashtag. Keely was right. If I had the option of going, come back, Roy. Damn it. Where's your face? There you go. If I had the option of going 32 gigs or 2 terabytes, I would go 32 gigs all day, any day. For the simple reason that you can always add an external drive. The internal drives are quick, so it's hard to say that. I can't show you my external drive is plugged in right now, but do I have one on the desk over here? I don't have any of my fast ones on the desk. Ooh, this one might be it. Hold on. Let me grab this. Nope. I don't have any of my fast ones on the desk right now. It's in my backpack. But you can get 2,000 megabytes per second, really quick Thunderbolt / USB 3-ish drives for super cheap. The new SanDisk that I just copped is stupid quick. It does about 1,500. The one that's internal is way quicker. So, yeah. But for what you're going to do with it, not that big a deal. Jimmy said, I am 6 months into the Mac Mini 16 right now, but I don't have a business yet. Then sit on it. Don't drop another dime. And before you spend any money on any more gear, I'm gonna give you the Hawaii price is roughly around $180. Go spin up a business account and the tax documentations and whatever. Spin that up right away. Start slinging some affiliate links and go in business. So you have a way to write it all off. You know what I'm saying? Yes, they released the M2 Mac Mini. There's a famous person once said, "Let's go shopping." So let me do this and do one of these. There we go. Let's go shopping. That is perfect. You know, Roy, I'm glad you said this. This is perfect for consumer mindset. It's not really the best for business mindset. And here's the truth be told, you can. I tell people all the time, dude, my 2012 MacBook Pro, it still works, but does it? Like it powers on, it serves Safari. I can open Final Cut. I can open Logic. I can do all the things I did with it all the way back in the very beginning. But am I really though? Because my iPhone is legit 10 times faster than it. 6 years is a long ass time in tech. If you are doing accounting work, maybe. And I still say no. Because, yeah, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to put this out there right now for all you future-proof faced folks out there. The biggest advancements in computer in the next year is going to be all neural engine stuff. Anything older than an M1 ain't got juice to do neural engine stuff. So your old computer can't really do stable diffusion. I mean, it will, and you'll click it and it'll take a week, but nah. And again, if all you do with your computer is personal stuff, just ignore the stream. I'm talking to business people. If you're in business, I'm going to be an a-hole right now. Let me go back right now. If you're in business and you can't swing $2,500 every 2 years to stay on the top of the computer curve, don't buy another computer. Buy a business coach. I said it. I don't care if you hate that comment. I said it. It's the truth. $2,400 on a computer, especially when you can get 12 of it back on reselling it. You can get 800 of it back on trading it in. There's no reason. If you think about it buying a new every time, you got a problem. Okay, so I've explained this before. I'll explain it again. This has always been my deal flow until the M1 broke it. From about 2008, I got, at that time, the fully loaded PowerBook, or whatever that case would be. A fully loaded MacBook would be about, let's just say $4,000. It was $3,799. So starting from the 17-inch at $3,799, the day it became 2 years old, take $500 off the price, throw it up on Craigslist. The minute you get a buyer, go to the store and replace it, because up until recently, Apple left the prices the same. I could just add another $500 to the price I sold it for and go replace it for the newest model. So really, what I was paying is $250 a year for the fastest Mac possible. I have, since that time, always swapped out every computer, and the formula worked flawlessly until the new processors came out. Now, I couldn't take my M1 Mac, well, I could, but I couldn't take my M1 Mac and drip $500 off of it. It only cost $800. But I could take this 2-year-old M1 Mac, and let's say I loaded it so it's $1,000. I could sell this right here as I sit for like $700. I can add $300 and then just go buy the baseline M2 Mac Mini. So the formula still stands a little bit, and you would just adjust it to match whatever modern pricing is. But if I left it at the original rule, like, seriously, you're spending on average, say, let's say 500. Let's give you all the excuses out right now. Let's say it costs you $500 a year to have the fastest Mac. So what does that mean? You could take the one you got now and sell it 2 years later for $1,000 less than you paid for it, and then go replace it. See, now I'm giving you all the leeway to adjust all the excuses, and that would be ridiculous because it's really only about $250, $300. But I'm just saying, there's no way in hell you should be sitting on, as a business person, you should be sitting on old tech. Because one of the advantages is there's always someone new getting in the game. I remember when I was in college, saving past $600 was hard. Everything under $6 was easy, right? So yeah, you would just swap it out. Let's see. Keely said, how much time equals money wasting to get older tech to do business work properly in your creative workflow? 100%. MacBook Pro is tempting. Holding out for the new Mac Pro. For what Rafi does, yeah, the Mac Pro would be the best answer. It got way delayed, though, according to, again, these rumors are tough. It's getting delayed heavily. If anything, I would think they would want to get it out by WWDC so that people can update all their code for it, and then maybe actually drop it in October, November, so that at the end of the year, well, some people in their business accounting in October, some people ended in December. And since it's not really a consumer machine, they'll probably want to get it out by the end of October so that everybody can buy it in that first ending the business cycle. 2 terabyte SSD, $219 on the Xon. There you go. See, yeah. So far, Luis, we haven't needed the Ultra. Not for what we do. For what Rafi does, maybe the Ultra would swing. But yeah, for us, it hasn't really worked. The SE30 is a dope fishing tank. Oh, there you go. Dave about to get his EPP in. That's the other secret that no one talks about. Everybody in these streets has at least one friend that works at Apple. So you can get 15% off. You can also buy it in the education store. Most of y'all got a college student or know a college student or, better yet, stay enrolled at the community college. Take one class at the community college to stay on top of your soft skills game. Some of y'all definitely need to take up marketing classes again. Some of y'all need to take up writing classes again. Some of y'all need to just go take a simple HTML JavaScript class at the community college. And then now you got an ID, and then now you can go buy one on the education store. So borrow a college student if you want to save 15%, but it's real silly to sit on old tech. I'm just telling you. iMacs announced in March, Mac Pro at WWDC released in the fall. There you go. I think that's good. Yeah, dude, we just got our studios. Our studios are not even a year old, so that's not part of this conversation, right? Like our studios, stupid fast. Like it's dumb fast. As a matter of fact, you might be able to go. I'm going to assume they're going to start now. Let me check. If you go into the Reefer store, you might start seeing Mac Studios in the Reefer store. So you can get a deal. Hey, I wonder if that counts for Tom Buck. I wouldn't normally want a MacBook Pro with M2 Max, but I want those 4 external displays. Are you on drugs? No. To me, right now, and I'm going to say this from the software standpoint as it sits today, the only reason to get a Max is the extra displays. The pros and the Max gap in speed this is M1 speaking. We won't really know for M2s until we get them in hand. On the M1, the difference between the pros and the Max was not big enough to make that big a deal. But the displays, definitely it. Definitely it. It should count for Tom. There you go. So if you need to buy a Mac, call Tom. You can get a deal. You can get a deal, right? Uh, there are 10 versions of the studio in the reef. Thank you. That's what I wanted to see, Rich. I was just about to go do it, but then I got to talking to y'all. See, Rich is on point today, and that is the answer. Drop into the Refurb store and then go find yourself a studio. Boom. So let's click on Mackie Mac here, and then let's go Mac Studs. Boom. Look at this. This right here at $17.99, family. That's a deal. Yo, Mac Studio is legit, bro. Mac Studio is freaking legit. I am loving mine. And dude, look at these prices are in here. You know, there's a lot of Ultras because people that bought Ultras found out that they could have just bought a Max with more memory. This is what I got. Nope. I think I got 64. I don't even remember what the hell I bought. Yes, I bought 64. This is my pewter right here. Oh no! Don't dox that. Ooh, why you put the serial number on the screen, Doc? Yeah. So super dope. There you go. That is the move. I definitely think that is the move. Let's see. Now let's check what else they got in here. Are the minis popping in here now? Look. If this is Refurb M1 8-core 8 GPU with 8 gigs of memory and it's brand new at $750, like I said, you can easily sell a 16 gig Mac Mini for like $750, right? You can actually sell it for like 100 bones, right? So let's go in here and let's build ourselves a new Mini. Right? Let's go in here and go order. And I don't even look at this section, but for the sake of argument, we got to. Let's start here, $7.99. Family, isn't this crazy? Like $7.99 for this bad boy right here. Okay, so let's take it to 24 gigawatts. So that's $11.99. And I would at least put the 1T. That's it, $13.99. Now, I have a 10 gigabit network in my house. Most of y'all don't, so you don't need this. But I do, so I would do that. So for 1,500 bones, I can go get a brand new Mini. I can sell the one sitting on this table right here for $750. So for 750 bones, I could go get a M2 Mac Mini loaded. It's sitting on your old tech is cray. Now, that's just the base level. Now, you know your mans don't get down like that. It's not how I get down. So theoretically, I will come over here and get the Pro, right? So I hit the Pro. Bam. Right? 10 core, 16 core, for what we do, doesn't matter. For the editing side of what we do, for the rendering side of what we do, this will be better. But for the live streaming side, it's not going to make that middle difference, right? But I'm Final Cut Cat, so let me go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and hit it with the 30 seconds of memory and that right there. And then I got to add 10 gig because I have a 10 gigabit network. And the reason is when I go to copy, say, a 20 gig video project to the NAS or NAS, all I need is one mic. Yo, it's like a minute and a half. When you go to copy 20 gigs across your network, you make a sandwich. But I got a 10 gig network, so my network is stupid fast. Stupid fast. I can actually edit directly off of my NAS. So just saying. Anyway, that's it. That's all you need. That's it. So for 22, I know that I can get 700 bones for my regular one. Boom. Uh-oh. The Mob Deep is in the building. Mob Deep, He ordered an M2 Mac Mini, February 22nd. You can't lose with 22s. That's what's up. That's my lucky number, Matt. 222. You're in there. See? You're in there. All right, man. I want to know when you set the stream up, let me know. Okay, let's cover this topic real quick. Let me bounce back out to my scene over here. I want to see, Rafi said, the studio has made me bank in 2022. I didn't need to hire render farms as much. It just let me plow overnight in the studio, build back the render time for clients. Maybe that's what we got to do. Maybe we got to have a conversation about properly billing kinfolks. Maybe people aren't understanding how to write those bills. When you come up with price to do a project, how many of you guys rope in the cost of your equipment? One of the earliest lessons I got from my dad was you got to price in equipment replacement. Equipment gets old. Okay, Gretchen's in here. Gretchen is a photographer. I know photographers right now that they'll get a photo shoot and they'll put in $100 an hour to do this photo shoot. I'm like, bet. How much of that $100 an hour goes to replacing your camera if you get hit by a rogue wave and you drop it in the Pacific Ocean? They'd be like, what? What are you talking about, Willis? If the FedEx truck hits a phone pole, FedEx has the money to replace the truck or fix it. If Dak Prescott got bust upside his head in the first play of the next game, Dallas has 2 more quarterbacks on the bench. Right? If Jumbo Elliott broke an ass bone, they got 2 more running backs. You got to have the mindset to bill in for your equipment in case, as Chris Rock says, in case it happened. So, like Rafi explaining to you, you bill part of that equipment cost into your budget. So at $150 an hour, 25 of that better be equipment replacement. Another thing Ken folks don't do, y'all don't be charging travel time. I just sent a proposal. And I told them, if I got to travel to the outer islands, listen closely. For me to go from where I sit to Maui literally takes 20 minutes in the air. It takes me 10 minutes to get to the airport and about 15 minutes from Maui's airport to the hotel, the Westin, which I normally stay at in Maui. Okay, so that's roughly an hour. I charge them 3 hours of travel time if I got to do a job on the outer islands. Because I can't do any eCam work. I can't create any client work while I'm sitting in the airport going through security. I got a metal leg, so they always got to touch me. You know, I got my hands up and some dudes fondling my junk. Like, I can't get that money back. So you bill for that. If you're not billing for that, you're effing up. Right? When you take on a client like Matthew to bless his Discord server and you're going to charge him, $9.99 to bless his server, you're charging him $7.50, $2.50 goes to replace the equipment when Apple drops something. If you're not thinking like this is why every time Apple comes out with something new, I don't have the money to replace my computer because you're not billing straight. Oh, we covered that. We ain't talking to you, Matt. All right. The Ultra is 20 core. Thank you. I meant to say that. and you get 3 months of Apple TV. You silly. You need to sell 299 block word lists. There you go. Um, Actually, Duncan, you would be real good to find creators who don't have good moderators and just have them have like a $50, $100 phone conversation with you about how to pick and train their moderators. I'd love that workshop too. Thank you. Thank you, Raph. Thank you. Right. You know what I'm saying? People need to understand like that's the real deal. The goal is to run a profitable business, right? People need to know that. You have to expect the unexpected, right? That's why they're called sneaker waves. Dude, two of the best surfers in the island got taken out yesterday, day before yesterday. I mean, like two of the legit best surfers I know got taken out badly. It's crazy. My estimate have become just one line, the total. No more breakdowns. There you go. Yeah, it's true. How you show it is up to you. I think when you show it, sometimes clients start getting nitpicky. So you got to know your relationship with your client. Some clients force you to do it that way. You watching Twit? I should go bombard them. There you go. Let's go. Uh-oh. That might be Alec, that might be Rich, that might be Dina, that might be Michelle. Y'all got to specify which one of y'all it is. Y'all got to specify which one it is. Okay, so there is the mini in a nutshell. Let's go over here to the Noti books. I'm going to build my notebook here. Let's go to Order Live. Now, I don't know if Buck Nation is still around here. I have had so much like time in this 14-inch form factor because of the traveling. The 14-inch form factor is amazing. The brain says, I know Rafi's here and Matthew's here. The brain says get a 16. Trust me, the 14-inch form factor is dope. And I can't see. I got 20 years on both of y'all, and the 14-inch has been amazing. Like, I thought I was going to have a hard time with it, but because of traveling, I like the 14-inch. So this is what I'm going to build out. Okay, so going with the 14-inch, what Keely said still stands tall. I hate to say it. Rich said it. Keely was right. The major advantage to going to the Max is to get those 4 displays. As it stood in the last iteration, and I'm assuming that Final Cut will upgrade so it won't stay this way forever, as it worked in the last configuration, the difference between the Max and the Pro wasn't so huge unless you're doing crazy edits. So if you're doing broccoli level edits like Matthew, maybe you got to go to the Max. Or like Rafi, maybe you got to go to the Ultra, right? They didn't put Ultra in this bad boy. They do have, I think there's Ultra in the 16. No, not yet. I thought I saw Ultra in there somewhere, but maybe I'm tripping. Maybe Ultra is too hot for a battery, which makes sense. Okay, so if you need them extra displays, spend that loot. Another way to think about this, Keely, is you can not get them extra displays and then use the pluggable to get them extra displays. Now, you're not taking those displays with you on the road. Those displays are going to sit with you at the crib up in the YKK. So, in a way, if you wanted to get more drive space or you wanted to get more memory, you could stick with the Pro and just buy the $99 pluggable as a way of getting your extra things, right? Right. So Rafi is saying that the Max is good if you're doing most things, but if you're doing motion graphics or 3D, then you're going to want to grab the Ultra. See what I'm saying? For your normal chopping broccoli, like, yo, this thing flies. It's insane. Okay. Oh, yeah, then Yeah, then I wouldn't want to. It sounds crazy, but for the difference in price of 600 bones right there, I'm not wanting to carry a bunch of extra crap. You will pay for it in luggage costs if you fly enough. You know what I'm saying? So um, I'm I'm ultimately going to want to build out a max, but I'm going to do it from the pro space, just so I don't have to have too many fights with Ken Glenn. Okay, so I would definitely opt for the higher GPU. That's just me. Um, there's a $200 gap. To me, this is how I'm gonna I'm gonna laugh when I say this. This is how Apple gets you. $200 is a flick number. So when each upgrade is only $200, by the time you're done, it's like a whole thousand. But the I just saw Marquez had a dope explanation of how the next one is so obtainable that you end up walking out blessed because yeah. So just be aware as I do this, don't fight me. Okay. So so the broccoli man is still up in the building. Michelle is her. Okay. So yeah, for me, I would definitely go the bigger GPU because I know what I'm gonna do. And hey, hold on, let me get back. I know for a fact I'm gonna be doing a metric F ton of mid journal and stable diffusion. So I want them extra cores, even though a lot of that is covered by the neural engine. Just saying. Okay. I have been perfectly fine with 64 gigs of memory on a notebook. I'm not going to do the same level of work that I would do in my studio. So the 32 would bless me. If I can get the approval, I'll go for that. But the 32 would be fine for what I'm doing. And 1 terabyte storage is fine for what I'm doing. I do have 2 terabyte storage on my M2 MacBook Air because I knew I wanted to edit on the road. But nowadays, the goal is editing shorter form contents. Now, if you're Rafi or Matthew, go with the 2 terabytes. For most of us that are creating shorts, you can cover it in one. Here's the funny thing about 1 terabyte versus two. One thing, having 2 terabyte will actually give your computer more memory when you're swapping memory. If you only go 32, getting the 2 terabyte will give you more disk cache when you're using memory disk cache. Your SSD will last longer if you got the 64 because it doesn't have to write as many times. I don't keep computers long enough to care. Everyone says that. Oh, but your SSD is going to die. I told you don't keep it more than 2 years. That's somebody else's problem. So for most of us content creators creating quick, short stuff, we don't have to create 30-minute videos anymore. The brain cells of most people don't last like that. So you can get away with one. I probably would go with two just because I like safety, but just saying. I'm just giving you places where you can cut if you need to cut. Okay. So I'm going to go 2 gigawatts here and don't need the Final Cuts and the Logics. Don't click these buttons, by the way. Just do the education price thing. Don't tell nobody, but you can do it. All right, so that's all we need. We need this right here. Dang, my brain kind of wants to do this, but this is a good build right here for the 14-inch. For what most of us do, this is a good build. If I had to, I theoretically could do that and then do that. That's a good build. That is a good build. All right. Let's see what y'all is talking about. It's a waste. Oh, it's a faster drive. Okay. I was like, Rafi, what the hell are you talking about? Yes, that's the 2 terabyte is a quicker drive. And it is stupid quick. That drive is dumb. I have it on the studio and the kicking myself for getting the 1 terabyte. Okay, here's why. Here's why, and Matthew and will help. We will help you understand this. Matthew and I will help you understand this. Like Rafi said, the 2 terabyte drive is quicker. Also, although my NAS, I'm gonna always say NAS because all I need is one mic. Although my Synology is quick enough to edit off of, now that I have the drive space, I edit off the internal drive because it's way faster. And it's not just the throughput and input, it's just the call back for things. When you go to I render in the background, I turn that off. When I go to press render, because the internal drive is dumb fast, it's really quick. When I'm finished the project, I just move it over to the Tatooine. That's the name of this bad boy over here. I just move it over to Tatooine and it's good. Wait, I got a Slack. I got to check if Katie said go. Okay, got it. All right, so yes, there is a good reason to go to the 2G. This the other thing. I always think like this too. 64 gig will be easier to sell later. The more memory you put in it, the higher your resale value on the way out. What kind of 1K are we talking about? 1,000? Yes, export times are faster, 100%. 100%. That's why I started messing with my thing. And again, it depends on what you're delivering for. I always render in H.265 because render times in H.265 are quick AF. It's stupid how dumb it is because they put in special, like, I forgot the proper terminology. I'm about to say something stupid. Let me tell you what the exact name is. They have Media Engine. I think that's what they call it. That's the store, dude. I said press over here. Do they talk about the Media Engine on this page? No, they don't. I said learn more. So I don't want to bore you guys while I'm trying to find it. So I'm going to find it first and show you. But the Media Engine allows this bad boy to render like stupid quick in basically Apple's format, which is like HEVC. So that's the Media Engine. Here it goes. I found it. So yeah, it's dumb. It's super dumb. Like they're talking about video transcoding. All right, there's video editing, upscaling large scale images, code compiling. Don't do that. Photo editing, and then Rafi said motion graphics. Hey, look at that. In motion graphics, you're not going to get a big bump. Wow. All right. That's cool. That's good to know. Man, I am getting blowed up over here. Okay, there we go. So that, my friends, that's the move. That is to move. Look at that 8 terabyte storage. Ralph, would you spend the cake to go 8 terabyte on the storage? Let's investigate that bad boy. Hold on. I'm curious now. How much would it be if I was to bless this bad boy right here? Mm-hmm. And then go here, 96 gigs, 8 terabytes. Yeah. $62.99. Honestly, for what you're gonna do in client work, you can cover that. You can cover that. Yeah, go with Ultra. So yeah, he's telling you, go with Ultra. I don't think we can get Ultra in these portables yet. So this is why you want to sit until you can get a Studio or a Mac Pro. But yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Again, like I said, same thing I say every time this happens, people Look at this. Jumping from a Core i5 to an M2 Pro. Man, this is going to be like you just got hit with a baseball bat. The difference is going to be phenomenal. Oh my God, the difference is going to be phenomenal. I can't wait to see your reactions. Make sure you document your reactions while you're setting it up. Record your face while you're setting it up and leak out some of those clips when a person as nice as Todd starts yelling explicatives in their house. Yo, going from an i5 to an M2 Pro will get Jesus to cussing. Jesus will be like, mother, that's fast. Oh my God. Oh my Keely. Oh my God, Todd. Oh my God. Yo, it's gonna be like Santa just came over and teabagged the whole house, bro. I can't wait to see that. That's gonna be glorious. Anyway, like I always say, folks, we always talk about this. Yeah, do it as a live thing, Todd. I need to see your reaction. Because I know what it felt like when I set up my studio, going from my M1 Mac Mini to my Mac Studio. I was dragging my chin across this here very desk. So going from a Core i5, son, come on. Oh, son. Okay, Matthew, listen to this. Listen to this. I had the opportunity to watch Ken and Glenn mess around with this here business live. I'm going to show you something that you might want to look at. Look. All right. Give me a second to pull them up these here screens. Hold on, Matthew. That's funny because I call my nephew's nephew, Neffphew. So, that's Matthew, you get it. Never mind. Matthew. Anyway, listen, I watched them set this joint up. I watched them make it work. This is so dope in Ecamm. If you can swing one of these, this is dope. I know your computer don't have no place to put it, so you need to get a case, right? Like, these guys got a dope case. So does Sonnet. So does a couple other people. But let's go to this. Shut up, Rakuten. Leave me alone. I want to go to Thunderbolt. Dang it. Stay stuck. Dang it. Stay stuck. There we go. So you can get yourself a little case like this right here. The Helios will cover it, right? And so you take one of these and you drop it into one of these, and unlike the A10 Mini, Ecamm sees each one of those HDMI as a separate camera. We got full deck link support. Sick. It's sick. Luis and I was in the office. We was like, say what again? Yo, talk about time to write another Say Ho speech. This right here is legit, son. So if those of you playing around in the Mac Mini game, in the A10 Mini game, like if you're really trying to get legit, you might look at this. And believe it or not, Peter Gregg actually went and stuck in the Elgato Pro into one of these cases. It took a little bit of work to get it to work, some stuff you got to do in terminal, but you could even get the Camlink Pro, but I think the Deck Link is better. Hold on, let me look this up. I don't think there's a huge difference in price. Oh yeah, the Camlink Pro is cheaper, but I believe the Deck Link is better. One thing that's cool about the Deck Link too is if you want, based off the type of cameras that you end up using a lot, especially if you end up start doing stuff remotely, you can get the Deck Link with the SGIs in it instead of the HDMIs. So you can get a Deck Link quad, with the SGIs in it, and you can still rock it that way too. So, just saying. If you want to see some dope streaming life, this is the move. All right, gang. That's it. I got a Zoom call with Judy Fox today. So I'm going to go get ready for that. I just wanted to drop it on you. Just a reminder, like, if you're doing this creator life as a business thing, make sure you're paying attention to that. Make sure you're setting yourself up to win. Like, I see people all the time, oh man, my computer. I see it in the Ecamm community all the time, people talking about why they're having a hard time because they're on a like old Intel machine. Like 2 years ago, when you could buy a Mac Mini at Costco for $579, you should have jumped ship. You, again, not for streaming, but if you're just content creating, M2 MacBook Airs are at Costco right now for $150 off. I posted the other day 13-inch M2 MacBook Pros on sale at Target, Best Buy, Costco, and Apple Refurb. For all you guys that's been sitting on old tech, buy a M1 Mac Mini 16 from somebody in the community. Yo, you're going to get it. Don't tell them I said it's worth $700. Offer them $5. People are going to be dumping these bad boys. Go into the trading post in any creator space. It doesn't even have to be Ecamm. You can go to any creator space on the planet, and there'll be a bunch of people dumping these minis because they want that new. Like, this is the opportunity to step up. Step up. Time for Maestro to find a street corner. Stop pulling his weight. You know how we do. Every time. I'm gonna go in and start building my joint. And say, I didn't even check. I built my computer. What was my order gonna be? Dang. See, listening to Matt made me mess up my configuration. Let me do this again real quick. I'm gonna do my configuration. So I'm 14 because I gotta travel. I gotta move. And then I'm gonna do 64 and 2 Terra biscuits. And February 3. Okay. February 3. Let us pray. Woo! Why you zoom in like that? Pop the molly, I'm sweat. Woo! eBay is going to be full with used Macs next week. 100%. Before you let it get too far down the chain, you can legit go to your favorite community, and be like, okay, who's selling a 16 gig Mac Mini? Get after me with your price. You will get 7 DMs and just find the person with the lowest price or the one right. I don't like the lowest. I'm just not me. I'd step one up and then call that person or DM that person and be like, all right, cool. The shipping, it'll fit in a flat rate ship box. So the shipping should be no more than $20. I think it's $18.95 for a flat rate ship wrapped in t-shirts and towels and whatever. And you're good to go. Buy yourself a keyboard and a monitor. Done. That's it. All right, gang. Let me know. And yeah, Raph, let's get together and let's put a stream to talk to people about how to set their pricing up so they can stop getting themselves in trouble. Yeah, dude, don't do same day wedding edits anymore. That's just whack. Dude, I am so glad to not be in the video side of the wedding industry anymore. I show up to the wedding, I'm the priest. That's it. Like, officiant, sorry. Yeah, man, same day edits was such a pain in the butt. Oh my God, I can't. I'm so glad not to have to do that. Not to have to deal with the bridezilla. All right, see, somebody just posted one already in the Ecamm trading post. What did Paul say? They're probably, they didn't do it yet. I was going to say, somebody's going to be in here greedy, trying to ask for their whole money back. That's the one part. So don't be afraid to negotiate. People have a tendency to try to get all of their money back for something, but don't listen to them. See, this is funny. I see Dean is selling one of his 60B Forzas because he wanted to buy the new 60B. You see what I'm saying? This is how you do it. This is how we do it. All right, guys, we'll see you on Saturday. I can't wait. If you would like to get some info about how to do this thing, hit that link right there. Hit your mans up, and then I'll be more than happy to talk you through how to do it correctly. And then other than that, I'll see y'all on Saturday. I appreciate y'all for coming to this here thing. If you got questions, we got a space in the Discord. We could talk about it. It's in the hardware section. And everybody enjoy your orders. Let me know what you get. Let's keep it popping. Peace out. A-Town Stump.
City of mine, how I love the city of mine. It never gets me down. City of mine.